All right, y'all, a little update on what I got going on so far. See, I got a radiator, an electric fan installed. I think this came off a Taurus.
What's that?
And
Ow.
let's see, I got my relay hooked up, my sensor. Got to make this wire longer. I just tried to hook everything up right quick, but I think I'm gonna run it on my radiator hose so you can't see it. Fuel pressure regulator and my gauge. I'm running the stock pump, and I got the return style regulator. That's a gauge, buddy.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna have to go with a different style pump because even with this regulator, like the max it was supposed to put out was like 8 psi, and it was putting that gauge at about 13. So I may have to go back with a different gauge. Where is your milk, bud? Okay. So I may have to go back with a different style pump. HEI distributor. This air cleaner wouldn't wouldn't clear, so I ordered a 2-inch spacer, and it made everything work right. Edelbrock 600, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is just run this one for a little while, and then I'm wanting to go with the Edelbrock AVS2 650. I think it'll be better for my setup. I was able to run the valve covers I wanted. I double stacked the gaskets and put some sealant in between the two gaskets, and that was enough for them to clear. My wiring for my fan switch, I got to cover it with the wire loom steel. I had somebody ask me about my gauges in my truck, so what I did was, that's my factory harness to the engine. I took the loom and everything off of the harness and tracked down which wires I needed, which was going to be, there's my oil pressure, and there's my water temperature gauge, wires for my air conditioning. So I just pulled all them out to the side and ran them all the way back to my block, unhooked my block, and inside I was able to pull the little plug out of the inside and just de-pin everything that I didn't need, and was able to throw it away. But yeah, I gotta make that look better. I gotta loom it and add to my distributor wire to make that all loom together to clean up the engine bay some.
Don't show my mule, Daddy. Don't show my mule.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't show my mule here.
All right. Plug wires, I got a new set in the garage of the cut to fit type. I mean, that spider web just looks awful to me. So I'm gonna get them. I bought the cut to fit so I can run them all in front of the valve cover to just clean up the engine bay some. Set of eBay special shorty headers. Climb down in here right quick. Oh, and I bought a Dynamax exhaust system, which I still got to see. I still got to finish putting my exhaust back together. Try to zoom you out, but I said I bought a prefabbed exhaust system from Dynamax, and these they're single chamber mufflers. They're a Flowmaster knockoff. I did some research on them, and you know, they sounded good, and they had good reviews. I can't remember the name. If anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll go back and find them. Just set of turn downs right above the back tire. Running AOD transmission. It's a 4-wheel drive. I still got to hook up the front axle.
I got you, honey.
All right, watch out, bud.
Daddy.
Oh, hey, bud. Tires running.
That tire.
These is 32 1150 15s.
That tire 32.
I'm gonna end up getting some different wheels.
That tire. Oh.
This originally was all electric, but whoever had it, I guess the motor went out or the regulator or something. So they took it and just gutted it all. The inside of the door, man, it's a daggum mess, and put the old cranking lakers in there. I got to get a new bezel and do some work on there. Other than that, the dash is in good shape. Yeah, I gotta paint that to match. The bench seat, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's actually in very good shape.
I want me out, Daddy.
But it ain't got no armrest. So when I'm sitting in here driving, you know, I'm used to having my armrest right there, and it ain't got one. So I just kind of feel like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. So a fella's got to have him an armrest.
That chair,
So,
Daddy. That chair.
I'm either gonna get the
I mean, people say
one for this model truck if I can find one that's in decent shape, or I'm looking into getting the some newer style seats. I got to do a little more research into that to find out the what the 40-20-40, I think.
What, Daddy? What is it, Daddy?
It's like a bench seat, It's like the newer F-150s, and it's got a little seat right here in the middle with a fold down armrest and stuff.
What the fellow, Daddy? What the fellow?
This carpet is nasty. Over there on the passenger side, it's got concrete that's stuck in it. But I've got ooh, that door shuts good, don't it? Excuse the mess. But I've got my rubber floor that I got off a guy, which I'd much rather have a rubber floor anyway. That's just me personally. But I'm gonna start on these plug wires. I still got some vacuum lines to run. I run out of clamps, so I'll get another clamp for that, and then the cooling system's done. I still got to do my exhaust. Once I get it running, the TV cable for the passing gear. But I got a aftermarket bracket and throttle cable, and I guess as you can see, Maverick, he already knows how to operate that. Fancy imported tire wire to hold stuff up out the west. Trick I learned in Nam. But so far that's where I'm at. Appreciate the ones that's been going with me on this journey. Hoping by this time next week, God willing, and no more major hiccups, that I'll be able to get it on the road running and driving, and I can get back on some ATVs. All right, appreciate it, y'all.